On our YouTube channel, we let all of our subscribers choose the color that it was going to be.
Because these babies are a little bit pricey, but they're worth it, trust me.
Where's the bathroom? There can't be a bathroom in the bed of your truck. Our big piece of advice is to just do it. We're Amber, Julieta, and Winston. We're Honey I Roam. Welcome to our crib. For the interior, we really wanted it to show our personalities. We love funky aesthetics. We love patterns. We love bright colors. We don't really like white too much, you know? So we added so many of our own personal touches. First, this wallpaper is one of the money pieces that we started with. We like to start with big patterns and then choose our colors from there. We actually chose this wallpaper on Spoonflower. It's an artist who makes it, and we just love how it livens up the place. From there, we went ahead and chose our couch cushions here. Under here, these are just the originals with that blue muted color that comes with it originally. So we just have these stretchy covers. It's kind of like a sheet that goes on top of them. And we chose this rust color. We just love how it goes. People say it clashes, but we don't think so. For the cabinets, we chose this beautiful blue. On our YouTube channel, we let all of our subscribers choose the color that it was going to be. So luckily, a lot of people have good taste. We have this blue color on a lot of our walls here. It just feels really warm and welcoming to us. These cabinets, believe it or not, hold all of our clothes. That's a big challenge for me. Whenever we were living in a full-size space, I had a large closet, you know, so downsizing was really, really hard, but we managed to do it. If we look inside here, the left side of the cabinets are all of my clothes. Julieta's are on the right side. If you're living in a small space or even in a big space and you want a tip, roll your clothes, roll them up, don't fold them, roll them. Ta-da! So we can bring this whole panel down so it shows you all of your clothes. We can make sure that I have at least half of the closet, right, Julieta? And she has the other half. And it works really well for us. The blinds were something we wanted to upgrade right away. You should have seen it when we first got it. This is a 24-year-old camper, and there were carpet valances covering these windows. We couldn't stand it, so we ripped those out right away. And we replaced them with these cool accordion-style curtains. We just love them. Under the bench and under my feet here is tons of storage. So we keep our tools, shoes that we don't want to have in the truck, you know, things that we use a lot. We put that in all of the storage in these cabinets right underneath me. Temperature control is something that is really important to us. If we're somewhere cold, we want to be able to have heat. If we're somewhere hot, we want to have air conditioner. And we have that here. We have a propane furnace right behind me, little switchboard. It's actually the original. It works perfectly. The air is so freezing cold and the heater works within just minutes. Our kitchen area is one of our favorite and most important parts of our whole truck camper. We cook all of our meals. We hardly ever eat out. We just love the creations that we can make in the kitchen. And to have a kitchen, beyond compare. We just switched out the faucet on the sink. It had the original, and this upgrade makes a huge difference for us. The water pressure just flows like rain. It's like a waterfall. It's such a big difference from the other one, and it also stopped a clicking noise from happening in the pump. We thought we had to change out the whole pump. In actuality, we just needed to change out the faucet. For cooking all of our food, we have a 2-burner propane stove. Only 2 burners. I know that sounds minimal, and it is, but we've really learned to make it work. We make so many dishes that are 1 or 2 pots, and it's a fun way to live. It's a cool challenge, and this propane stove works perfectly for us. There isn't an oven in here because we did go with the lightest version of this camper. So what we use is the cutest air fryer that you've ever seen in your entire life. This camper came equipped with a microwave. Well, we didn't want that. We took that out right away. It was old and clunky and just unnecessary. We don't like to microwave our food if we don't have to. The whole ambiance of the kitchen was not cute when we first got it. The backsplash was like this wallpaper with these flowers on it that just weren't doing anything for us. So we came up with a really cool solution, really easy, so incredibly inexpensive, and it's this peel and stick backsplash. People would ask us, did you grout your kitchen in your tiny camper? No, it's all peel and stick. So for this process, you just have to have an X-Acto knife and a measuring tape. It did take some time because you want to get all your angles perfectly, but all this is stick-on backsplash. They have so many different options online, and we thought that this one was just the perfect one with our bright colors all around. It makes the kitchen look beautiful, and for all of our filming, it makes the food really pop. Natural lighting is huge for us. So every single window in here we appreciate. This kitchen window brings in lots of natural light. It's pretty big. I mean, it's like half of the whole kitchen in here. And it's just really nice to look out the window when you're cooking or washing dishes. We have a refrigerator. It's something that we didn't have in our old tiny camper setup. So this is something that we love. The refrigerator is actually a pretty decent size for us. We go grocery shopping once a week. And by the end of the week, it is getting empty. But between the refrigerator and the freezer, we have enough food to feed us all week. Another thing that we love are our reusable paper towels. We made these out of flannel, so you can go to any fabric store, buy flannel, and use a sewing machine to just sew off the edges of them. And then we keep them on this roll here, and they're all different because it's all different flannels. You can use the paper towel even as a rag, or we use it while we're eating. You can wash these, and then they go back on the roll. Since storage in our kitchen is a huge pain point, we needed to come up with something. So we got everything that we can collapsible. Everything from our Tupperware, right? Starts out small. And another thing we love is our collapsible kettle. We also have collapsible bowls, colanders. I mean, you name it, if it collapses, we want it.
So I really had my eye on a truck camper because we had a little bit of experience with van life and we just felt like it wasn't entirely for us. We knew that we wanted to be able to have a truck, and with that being said, we could put a camper right in the bed of it. The beauty of it to us is that we can take it off. So if we ever want to switch up our rig, if we want to get a pool behind, if we want to try something different, we can always do that in the future. I think the biggest thing that appealed us about a truck camper is that you kind of get the benefit of like having a van where it can fit into any parking space. You can go into more off-road locations, especially with a truck and especially having four-wheel drive. There was just a lot of benefits to us. And I think if you have a new truck camper, which we don't, you could take it off. So if you go camping somewhere, you can take the truck camper off and easily put it back on. And I think those were some of the biggest advantages to us to having a truck camper.
And how much nicer is it to be in traffic and to not have to be towing something behind you?
Yeah, so we towed a little tiny camper for a long time, and it's okay towing, I don't mind, but I just feel like it's nice to have everything in one compact location. And a truck camper setup is really cool because you have all of this down here in the bed of the truck, and then over the cab of the truck you have the bed. And there's just something about tiny bed areas that me and Amber just sleep so good. Maybe some people might find it to be like claustrophobic, but it's comfortable to us, like especially when there's like a nice breeze coming through. It's just so cozy.
It is. And we love having all of the access to the kitchen right inside. We can pull off anywhere and just make a cup of coffee, make a sandwich, go to the bathroom, wash our hands, all inside of our camper in a regular parking spot.
Yeah, that's a huge, huge plus for us.
Welcome to our bedroom. It is a bed that has a really low ceiling, so we can't even sit up in here, but what we need is good sleep. So we invested in a 8-inch memory foam mattress. That's really all that's under here, and it gives us amazing sleep. It's really comfortable, it's lightweight, which we need, and it's all that we need. We also have really good pillows. I have a body pillow. We have really comfortable pillows, so we can sleep amazing anywhere we are. Under our bed is a ventilation mat. We heard that that was key. We don't want any mold under our bed, and so far it's prevented it. So if you are going to have a bed inside of a camper with condensation all around, you should definitely have a ventilation mat. We have a ventilation window right above our bed here, so it's really nice for airflow. It's also nice for sunlight in the morning, and it's just a simple crank. Also up here in the bed area, each of us have an upper cabinet. It's really nice for us to have just a few things that we can store of our own our bedside, really, is what it is. So we'll have books. We each keep our journal up there. I keep my makeup and any things that I would use each day. But it's just really nice to not have all of that stuff showing, and instead it's enclosed and tidy. What's really important for us on the road is not to neglect any of our self-care. Since we're in this for the long run, it's not just a vacation. We need to do things to make ourselves feel fresh every day. So this is something that I have that's really cute and portable. Just a small box from a thrift store, and inside, like those reusable paper towels, are reusable face wipes. And I just use micellar water. These face wipes, you can throw them in the washing machine and reuse them. As far as my makeup, I don't wear very much or have very much, but I do like to keep it organized. So if you were around in the 80s and early 90s, you remember a caboodle. Look at this bad boy. This is where I keep my makeup and any like little things that I use as beauty products. It has a mirror so I can put on my makeup just looking at it. And it's a really fun way to keep things all in their own place. We know what you're thinking. Is there a bathroom? Where's the bathroom? There can't be a bathroom in the bed of your truck. You're wrong. There is. Let's check it out. It's small, but it's mighty. We have a full-size toilet. We turn on the water pump, fill this up with some water that we need. We do our thing, and then we flush it into the abyss. Not into the abyss, just down below that we do have to dump later, but it's wonderful for the road. We have a sink, just a hand sink that you'd see in any small bathroom, really, especially an older place. And there's even a shower. The shower head is really all that there is to the shower. So you use the shower head, you sit on the toilet, and you have a wonderful shower in here. To be honest, we haven't used it. We've always been at a campground or not dirty enough or just did the baby wipe method. We haven't used the shower because this is an old truck camper and we're worried about the seams. We just thought it was an unnecessary thing for us at this point in our lives. But the toilet, sink, mirror, all things that we use every single day and we love. As far as our toiletries, we put up a couple of shelves in our bathroom and it holds everything that we need. We have very basic items and we share everything. So a shampoo, a conditioner, a bar of soap or two, our face wash, just all the things that you'd see in any other bathroom, all in these shelves. There aren't any towel racks in here except this one that you see behind me, and we always need a few more. So we got these super easy and convenient suction cup hooks. They just stick right on your mirror and you close the hook down and it's stuck on there. So we can hang a towel, and if we go take a shower somewhere else, we can just suction this onto their mirror, and it's really handy so we don't have to have anything on the floor. Our plan originally was to travel for a year or less because that's how much money we had saved. It's turned into 3 years now, and we've had to find new ways to make money. We've had to be really creative. A big source of our income starting recently is our YouTube channel. So we've been working on our YouTube channel, consistently releasing 1 to 2 videos every week for the past 2 years, and it's finally starting to bring in some income. That's a part of it.
In addition to having our YouTube channel and doing brand collaborations, we also make money work camping. So there's a couple benefits to work camping. Not only do we make money, we also are able to kind of get rooted somewhere for a little while. So we're not just driving around all the time, just traveling constantly. I think we've done that and it's great, but I think it's nice to have a sense of community and a little bit of like roots somewhere, even for a little while. And what we do for work camping is a lot of times I'll like run the grounds. I help with whatever campers need. We work on big projects, whatever projects the campgrounds have going on. And oftentimes Amber will work on the social media and the office reservations. It just depends on wherever we go and what we're gonna do. The one we're currently at is on the Frio River in Texas. So we're able to live in this beautiful location right on a river and not have to pay any rent. So there's a lot of beauty to it. So if you're an off-grid camper, you know that propane is so important to your off-grid setup. So what we have is a horizontal 20-gallon propane tank. So this will run our fridge when we're off-grid and obviously our stove as well. So this is super necessary. We decided to upgrade and bought a brand new one so we would never have to worry about it, and this thing is solid. Another upgrade that we did that we knew was super important was the torque lift tie downs. So these are the tie downs that you put on all four corners of the truck camper, and whenever you're driving, it keeps it secure and in place. And what's so special about these is you can easily take them off. So this actually disengages. This is a lock, so nobody comes up and just takes these torque lift fast guns, because these babies are a little bit pricey, but they're worth it, trust me. They have a spring load on the inside, so if we hit a lot of bumps, it won't rip the bolt out. The spring will actually take a lot of brunt of the movement. We wanted to get into truck camper life so we could go down dirt roads and go to areas that might be a little harder to access. But a huge part of that, since we have the weight sitting in the truck bed, is the suspension. So what happens when you have all this weight in the bed of the truck is these springs will actually go right on top of each other, and it makes for a very stiff, uncomfortable ride. And so the suspension upgrade that we decided to go with was a really basic idea, but what it is essentially a wedge that goes in between the top springs and the bottom springs, so it keeps them actually engaged, so those springs are constantly being springy if you ever go down any rough roads or anything like that. So it does make the ride a lot smoother. A big struggle that we were having, because we clearly don't have a whole lot of space, hence the tiny home, was where do we put all of our dirty clothes? So those things accumulate, and oftentimes we don't want to go to a laundromat. So we bought this bag with the intention of using it as a trash collection bag, because that's also another issue that we run into. But we decided to use it as a hamper instead. So this does actually keep all of our dirty clothes out of the cab of our truck, out of the back of the truck camper, so we have more space. What we did upgrade also was to a lithium ion battery. So this is a 100 amp hour battery. It charges super duper quick. We actually sometimes will charge it with our solar power bank. And another component of our off-grid power setup is 2 solar power banks as well as foldable solar panels. So how we actually charge our solar power banks, so our solar power banks are inside the truck camper and safe, is we actually lean them up here and we run the cords back here, and we have our cab window, and we just plug them into the solar power bank in the back. All right, to be able to haul a hard-sided truck camper, you have to have a pretty heavy-duty truck. So we decided to go with this Chevy Silverado behind us. This is a 2012 Chevy Silverado 2500. It's a 3/4 ton truck. The payload capacity is about 3,300 pounds. Our truck camper dry weighs about 1,700 pounds. So we have enough room to be able to carry extra weight in the truck bed itself. Since we do have a 4-door, we have a whole back seat to be able to use for extra storage space. So we fill up every bit of this truck for stuff that we need on the road. We love those plano storage boxes. So we fill that up with one box. We have just all of our extra shoes. And then we have another plano storage box, and we keep all of our tools on the road just in case we need to fix anything on the truck camper. These are the Sitio crates, so they do stack on top of each other, and one of them we use for all of our electrical stuff. So we have a 30 amp surge suppressor that we carry on the road with us to plug our camper into that to make sure whatever breaker or shore power we're using isn't going to be faulty. And then we have extra cords. We also keep our extra toiletries in one of the boxes, so we always have extra stuff with us. But I do love these crates because they're really stackable.
If you're interested in living this lifestyle, our big piece of advice is to just do it. You have to do a lot of research first on the camper that you want, the vehicle that you can use to pull it. But if you don't actually make it happen, nothing's gonna happen for you.
Looking back on it now, like, we wanted this so bad that we were willing to do whatever we needed to do to make it happen. And every little hurdle was such a learning experience. Like, I feel so much more empowered after renovating this, working with my hands, being more connected to something that I live in. I feel like we can do anything moving forward. So I think sometimes having those risks and accomplishing them and tackling them, it just feels so rewarding.
I also can't even tell you how good it feels to have less stuff. Living a minimal life seems challenging because, you know, we do have an emotional attachment to a lot of the things that we have in our lives, and we feel like we need them. But when we get rid of them, we realize we didn't need them. It feels so good to have so much less. We have 2 plates, 2 bowls, a few forks. And at first, I didn't even think that that was an option. I just thought it was crazy. I could just think of a million reasons why we would need more. But in actuality, we don't. And it gives you this sense of liberation.
If you're curious about this life, we have a YouTube channel all about our journey. We open up, we get really real with you on what it's like to live in a truck camper, to live on the road. Please follow us on Honey I Roam on YouTube, on our Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the good stuff. You can find us there.
Honey I Roam for all of them. We love connecting with other people who live this lifestyle, who are interested in this lifestyle, and just cool people in general.